Coolbrick76 presents the Cherry Picker from the Technic theme, ages 7 to 14, 155 pieces. This is a 2-in-1 build, so we're also going to build the tow truck after we build the Cherry Picker. But before we do that, I want to show you a build that I made on my own. This is a tractor, and this is the first time I've ever built with Technic bricks. And I went ahead and combined both bricks and Technic pieces, which is kind of hard to do because the bricks are based on even numbered pegs, and the Technic is based on odd numbers like 3, 5, and 7 versus 4, 6, and 8. So they're kind of hard to mesh, but they do, if you're careful, they do work together. So we have a steering mechanism that has a chain drive up to the top with a steering column over the engine like an antique tractor would have. There's a place for my fingers to turn the steering column. Under the steering column is a working piston engine. You can't really see it very well, but it is down there, and it operates off of the back tire. And then in the back here we have a working PTO, and then we also have a 3-point hitch that goes down and back up again, and a drawbar, just like a real tractor. This actually reminds me more of like some kind of a drag race kind of a tractor. The way it looks kind of sporty and everything. It's got dualies and everything. So with a roll bar, exhaust, air intake. So that's what I did by myself. And now let's get into the parts with this Cherry Picker. Of course, there's a lot more parts than this, but these are some of the interesting ones that I thought I would bring to light here. We've got a couple of gears and a worm gear. And it's part of the reason why I wanted to get this set, was to get this worm gear. Alright, then we have this piece here. It's got a hole in the corner with 2 stars coming out of it. And let's see, this one here is not a 90-degree angle, but it's got a place for stars to fit in. And then we've got this piece has got a couple of brick knobs and a hole in the side. This has got a hole at the top, and perpendicular it's got a star, a cross, place for a cross. And this one also has a place for a cross there. The perpendicular end also has a cross. With this cross and circle hole. This has 2 circle holes and a cross. A couple of holes, a cross there. These can actually fit together, and you could even, put them at different angles and whatnot. This has a cross end and receives a cross there. A couple of pegs on each end, or pins, I guess, with the hole in the middle. This 13 long brick. There aren't too many bricks in this set, but that is a nice long one. Well, actually, there's 2 of these. There's a couple of these and a couple of these. This one here has got a single hole and a cross. Too long. And then, of course, a little light, little knob light. Okay, so those are some of the parts. So let's go ahead and get started. Anytime you're building and you see a cross is required, sometimes it's a good idea to go ahead and make sure you got the right size by just putting it up to the book. Because if you put the wrong size cross in, it might work for a while, and then later in the build you'll find out you got the wrong piece, and it will be really hard to fix at that point. Alright, so there it is. We can raise this bucket by turning this knob back here. And with the worm gear, it raises it up. The bucket moves back and forth. And actually I can go all the way over the top, like that, all the way over if I want to. Alright. Of course, this entire unit swivels around like that. Got our lights on top, lights in the front, lights in the back. So there it is. It's a pretty good little toy. There's a couple of red seats down inside there, if you can see those. Those seats are brick based. Okay, I loosened this top joint up here, and now the bucket swings freely, so that way it always hangs straight down. That's better. Alright. Set it right down there between the lights, and off you go. I bought this mainly for the worm gear, and has a lot of connecting parts, so it's a good set to have. And over here's a few extra pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and build the tow truck. Let's do that now. Alright, so we have our tow truck complete now. This knob up here lowers it down and raises it right up. Alright, very good. Alright, so here it is complete. As you can see, the worm gear allows the hook to go up and down like that. I love that. You can see the front of it. Okay. These are just for looks. And around the back here, the tail lights seem to move around a little bit. I looked at the instructions to make sure I did it right. I think I did it right. Not a big deal. The hook here stays. The hook back here is great. So I wondered, does it work on a real Lego car? Well, here's this guy, and it doesn't really hook on very well. And then I thought, what happens if Mystery Incorporated gets into trouble? What if Fred and the gang get into trouble? Well, again, it just doesn't work very good. So this hook is not really intended to be used as far as I can tell. So that might be one thing that I would like to see different. But otherwise, it's a really nice tow truck. Looks pretty good. The cab is a little bit scrunched up here. There's no foot room, and the back of the seats extend behind the back window. But that's just a small thing. It's a pretty nice little truck here. Thanks for watching Coolbrick 76. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.